Excellent, excellent. Yeah, we're still waiting on the image because, like I said, the update literally just came out, but it's a Mythic, so it shouldn't be that long.
All right, sounds good. I'll take a quick washroom break then. Thank you, whoever reached level 3. Appreciate it.
Ooh.
Everything looks to be online to me. Okay, so we're gonna cover the data mine. Should not be too long. We'll just do some comparisons, talk about the hero. I feel like this character is pretty well defined, and we talk at length about how good she is in a team, and we kind of have a good idea of what her stats are gonna look like.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just get the specifics out of the way.
Refines? Nah, unfortunately, that will not be out till next data mine.
Yeah, it should, I think Sunday, which isn't too far out, but still. That will also include Dimitri and Primaria's remixes, though, so it'll be exciting.
All right, just let me know when it's ready to go.
You got it.
All right, chat, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some water. Maintenance is done. Data mine almost here. Wait, if the maintenance been done for so long...
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know. It was only 11 megs, so it wasn't a big update.
Yeah, so what the heck? Why did we wait so long?
I don't know. It's weird that they would do a maintenance and not update after that. Especially when it was so short. It was only 2 hours.
So from my understanding, what happened was they ran maintenance, but the update didn't happen during the maintenance, and then they ran an update after the maintenance. But that's, why would you do it like that?
I don't know. This maintenance didn't really have any expectation as to why, considering we just had one last month.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be straight up maintenance, but I don't know. It's weird.
Eskimo Frano says, Legion, did you hear Nim try and say he loved Halloween? Who's Nim? But then he has no spooky accessories. I have a bird.
Spookiest thing I could think of. That bird's probably seen things. Look at him, he's itching his eyes. What bird would use their claws to claw their own eyes out? Also, Veyle's now actually on that screen.
Wait, she's on what screen?
Yeah, Eat the Raids one.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Bonus unit.
Right, she was covered up earlier.
Yep. Oh yeah, right. What now? Dining hall resets tonight, and so does the Celestial Stone Shop. Or not tonight, tomorrow for that one.
Shoot, I should probably buy. I'm gonna check after this.
Yep. Soon.
I do love Halloween. I can't believe how many people here don't care about Halloween. This gets to me.
Oh, I absolutely love Halloween.
Yeah. Feels like some people here don't have a childhood, alright?
On the way.
See, we're about to be the house that gives out, like, not extra large candies, but like 5 pieces each. Plus.
If you want to see... Sorry.
Hmm?
If you want to see my reaction to Reverse 1999, my playthrough is actually on YouTube. So, I'll just show you real quick. I'll give you my rating, but if you want to see how I reacted to it, it's literally recorded and available. Here it is. Here. Let's start a new gacha. I played it on launch day. I think it's 4 out of 10, to be honest. Really good music. Voice acting's good. Gameplay's pretty good too. Problems. No auto battle till you clear something. So if you play this seriously, you're going to have to dedicate a lot of time to it because you got to push in the story. Script is a mess. They didn't proofread it. That much is clear. The English is janky, and the plot, it's like imagine you read a book and they start you halfway through the book. What's the problem starting halfway through a book? You don't know the characters, so you don't care about them. You don't know what they're trying to achieve, so whatever they're doing, you're barely following along with because you don't understand the goal of it all. And you don't have any control over your character at all, but you play as a girl. That's you. You're the timekeeper. That's super weird to me. I'm a guy, but okay, sure. Anyways, story is just a big hollow mess, and the problem of it being you have to play it yourself. No auto battles until you beat something. But you see the problem here, right? The game just came out, you've beaten nothing. You have to do this all yourself. It's too problematic for a gacha game, in my opinion, to continue on with. I think 4 out of 10 is really fair. It does do things right. If you play this seriously and you only play this, I don't think you're going to have as many issues as other people, because eventually the story will make sense. Eventually it has to make sense, and eventually you get far enough in the game where it doesn't take a lot of your time. But I'm playing 5 gachas now. I can't add one that's going to ask me to play like 3 hours a day. That's insane. What's wrong with actually playing the game? Nothing. Until you realize you're playing 5 other games. It's poorly positioned. But again, I would forgive it if its story is compelling, but I played over 2 hours of the story and I still don't understand what we're doing. Like, I have some semblance of the understanding. I know there's a super scary storm coming out here. I know there are forces at work trying to stop us and trying to take control of the storm. I know time has been reversed, and that's it. If I play through 2 hours and that's all the semblance of this plot I can understand, that's terrible. And I know I pay attention, chat. It's a disappointment for me, but the only way you can possibly tell whether you'll like it or not is if you play it yourself, so you can just play it.
I can do it.
Which gacha is this in question?
Reverse 1999.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
I wonder.
Of course you've heard of it.
Well, I don't. That's why I'm saying I've heard of it, because I actually don't know much about it beyond the fact that it exists.
Yes, it exists. Does the bird on your head talk? No, the bird's kind of crazy.
He's got a weird look in his eyes.
These birds have a weird look in their eyes. When you look at a bird's eyes, Some people say birds don't even have souls.
Of course.
Like pigeons. Pigeons definitely don't have souls.
Pigeon's eyes
Or
look
at least
really
gray.
soulless. That's for sure. Some birds have like an intelligent look in their eyes, though. Like certain parrots.
Yeah, they look like they're thinking.
Yeah.
That's a big change.
I can do it.
What war crimes have that bird committed? It's been through a lot. Shoot, just like my Azura's about to go through a lot.
Noodle omelet. Oh no.
What's the point of carbs on carbs, chat?
Together.
I guess you really want to work out. Bread. Yum.
I've been forgetting to do this, even though it's once a month.
I almost
Oh, yeah.
did a couple times, but I think
Oddly
once
enough,
or-
I've had very good success with it. I don't know why.
I know my last one was off a lot. That's for sure.
I now have everything
I can do
5-starred,
it.
which feels kind of good, but there's nothing that comes of it, so whatever.
No, but I like doing it.
I only do it when I have to. But yeah, I'm trying to 5-star everything.
Mhm. Looks
Some of them
cool.
get really cryptic. Like supplemental drink plus is just 4 different ingredients, things like that.
Yeah. Isn't the rule for the, what is it, the choice ingredients, that if you put them as the extra slot, you'll get a higher star rating for your meal?
Generally,
Yes.
it skews the luck.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I usually, when I do this, I mean, unless I'm pursuing new combinations, I usually just do 2 to get the maximum without losing a chance of failure. And then I run a special ingredient just to make sure I get a higher rarity.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Without question.
Usually
Hey,
it's
young
between 4 and
Azura's
5.
apparently a master cook. She's
Yeah,
5-starred
what?
everything thus far.
Or no, you know what it is? They just don't want to hurt her feelings, so they just all love it.
Of course.
Either that or
I
it's
can
they all
do
share
it.
one brain cell early.
I mean, they are
That's
all
pretty likely.
Azuras.
Yeah.
Well,
Except for that third one in the middle. Some mysterious blue veiled dancer. I don't know
Yeah,
that.
some songstress. Oh, we gotta get her. Make sure that Garen
Of
doesn't
course.
get
I wonder.
entranced by this mysterious songstress.
Wow.
Oh, I always
really-
love the the big like exclamation points and the jumping in the air. It's funny.
It really was
Love
perfect, chat.
animations.
She failed 1, but otherwise everything was 5s.
Other than that, that's impressive.
It's all or nothing with young Azura.
Alpha, I'm not
Wow.
going to read your full name, but I guess in a manner, this is child labor, but it seems like pretty cool labor if you ask me.
I mean, we're playing a game with child soldiers. If they're cooking, I think that's probably pretty good.
Sure, it's probably a little better than being forced to battle, I would guess.
Bella's on my team. Nope, I gotta go fix that. Great.
I should really put Wind Clawed on my, what is it? I guess Anima defense.
If I run Wing Clawed, it's most likely gonna be in a charge formation. I wouldn't like using them in a Catria ball, I think.
I guess that's fair, yeah. But I don't know if I can really do a... I guess I could do Arion once he gets added to Grouse.
Maybe I could. I don't know. Maybe
I'm
I'll
not
try him
sure.
instead of Alcrest for a little bit and see how that goes.
That's what I'm thinking. I might replace my Alcrest with him.
Not to mention my defense layout is super jank because right now I'm using Near Safe Freyr, so it's like a
Oh, yeah.
very perfect.
Huh. I'm tempted to try Brave Soren on defense. I haven't yet.
I have
I
3
bet it
losses
said...
last season.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
I was going to say, I bet it said pretty good success, but that's not the
Are you
greatest.
actually using Drive Res 2 over his Tempest? I guess in this layout it would kind of suck to use Tempest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
That
3
makes
losses? That means it's a 75% win rate, or 70.
Well,
yeah, 75,
3
'cause it's about
losses,
12
we don't know
matches.
your wins.
Yeah, it depends on, I don't know how many total
That's
The
not
rest
matches
are
there were.
wins. What?
I don't know
Oh, the
how
rest,
many
the rest were all
wins you
wins.
had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's 3 losses. The rest were wins.
That's not too bad. It's not
Okay,
above average
yeah,
season
that's-
for sure.
That is pretty good. then,
Especially
yeah.
considering you play your matches a little earlier. So
You
you're
saw-
up higher.
Legion saw it though. It was all of them I lost though. I mean, sorry,
Yeah,
all the losses
they actually
counted. That's
mattered.
the only reason.
That part
right.
blows.
It seems to
actually-
always happen that way.
That's actually exactly what happened with mine, which is why I didn't do too hot at the end, but you know, it's chaos, so who cares?
No.
Still 39 no matter what. But I think the big thing I noticed is that my hell never got followed up on because she just goes way too far.
That's hell and her warping for you.
Yeah, her warping is so trippy, but also very easy to lose track of. I will say that Mirabellis' remix has been pretty fun to use throughout weapon and beat assist.
If you say so, I haven't used it till now. Haven't used it.
The weapon
I don't
feels
blame
like
ya.
it doesn't usually come into play. The assist itself,
It doesn't,
the
but
dull
if it
effect
happens,
seems great.
it doesn't. But if it ever happens to, I mean, that AOE flash can still be just as game setting, depending on what you have as follow up. Depends.
Yes, I mean, flash for one turn just feels...
Flash for well, that's all you need.
What the hell? Flash for 1 turn. Yeah, that's exactly all you need. Why are you against it for 1 turn? What the heck?
Well, because there are units like Cornelia that start up flash at the very beginning of the map, and then for your first,
yeah,
sort of
but-
combat positioning.
But you
You're
have to be
able to-
placed next to each other, and that's a big criteria.
That is a big criteria.
well, yeah, but
Not
no,
to
I'm
mention
s-
the fact
I'm just
that there's
saying
res
that-
check.
Yeah, you know, not against Cornelia's check specifically, but just in my experience, even when I have lined up my
Perpetual-
units and they've missed the res check, Cornelia's flash has not been... It's been annoying, but it has not been as impactful as... it hasn't been unit killing, for me at least. But that's my experience with the flash effect.
It
with my
depends on who
current-
you have following up. If you don't have a
Yeah.
lot of firepower backing up the Mirabellis, you're not going to get very far with it, but all it takes is a couple of nukes that don't want to get countered, or want
Yeah.
to interrupt specials.
That is
like
true.
this.
If you have
Because
good
we-
enough nukes, then it can be devastating.
Yeah, I mean, if you follow up with, like, for example, a Marianne, and she can't get counterattacked, so there's no Hardy on the follow-up, that's a probably kill. So,
Yeah,
things like that.
that's true. And not every team is going to run a save ball. Some Omni tanks are really reliant on countering, so...
Mm-hmm. And then some are Fjorm, and it doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah, she's kind of her own thing.
Also, Dimitri being bonus next season despite not having a remix until Sunday. Great.
Wow, they just really want to rub it in.
You have to use them like normal for the next 5 days. Yay. Yeah, I'll switch Mirabellis over at some point.
It's been confirmed that the update will happen on Sunday, based on the schedule of things.
Yep.
Mhm.
Sunday update, Monday break day, Tuesday banner. Because the calendar gets pushed.
Right, yep.
Oh yeah, how did you do in Harina? I didn't...
We did it. We did
Oh.
everything today, except I missed out on one Ether Raids run,
Damn.
but then I let it go because it was like, I need that time. But I did
Yeah.
everything today.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Well, that's
chaos
good.
season, so it's not as
Doesn't
egregious.
matter, you know. Tier 38 no matter what.
Exactly. As long as you make vault, that's all that matters.
Does Vault even matter? I have no idea.
It
I don't
gets you
know how
like an
much it
extra,
matters.
because of rank, it gets you like an extra 20-ish grails for the season.
Okay, that is kind of nice. Although these days I've been actually saving up a lot of grails, which is unlike me.
I'm either all or nothing when it comes to them. If there's a GHB I want, I'm gonna plus 10 them day one and probably run out of grails. If not, I stock them up until I'm like 6,000 plus.
That's actually,
right
that
now,
resembles
I'm
what
for
I'm
that.
doing now. Because I went
Let us
full on
proceed.
for Murdoch day one.
Same.
But yeah,
And
now
Vanguard.
right. But I didn't go for Vanguard, and I haven't gone for many of the recent ones besides Murdoch, so I've been kind of saving.
I'm waiting until Arion drops and I get the right fodder. I'm between Arion and Shez, but I haven't decided yet. It's a matter of
Yeah,
what
those
resources
are
I
pretty
have.
good. I'm split on. I'm kind of 50-50 on Arion. I might go for him.
It's more so just because I know you can enable a lot of mobility, which, after this season, I apparently really need mobility. Oh my god, it's painful.
I don't have Hinoka, so Arion could be very helpful.
Eric, just having him is helpful enough.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't need +10 to function.
Not even remotely.
Command me.
But it helps
Image
if
and
I want to use
IVs
it.
are out, by the way, whenever you're ready.
Oh,
Oh,
shoot.
they are? Okay.
I was waiting for it. I was like, what the heck is taking so long?
Yeah. Took a little bit. But,
The
yeah, I
night
posted
is
everything.
still.
Doesn't seem like there's anything else with this one, so nice, short and sweet.
Okay.
Command me.
Alright, chat, I'm editing it right now. We're about to go over it. No matter what, unless you forget to play it, well, that's a part of it. I meant no matter what you realistically, no matter what you do, you should be ending up in tier 38. But if you do nothing, it's a bit different.
You, like, your offense, you miss, like, a whole match, and your defense sucks, then that's the... And even then, you'd still be trotting the line.
You have to
It would
lose
take a lot.
really badly.
Yeah. Or take a lot of unnecessary losses, unit-wise. Or,
Night,
you know,
Kusnagi.
miss bonus kills. Night. Have a good one. I mean, I had one match where I literally couldn't get the bonus kill this season because I left Ninja Milla, of all people, for last. And the bonus unit couldn't kill her. Oops.
I think I'm just doing a new screen. Alright, chat, I think we're gonna start now. I think we made our announcements. I'm gonna just see if I can get her skill list up, and then we'll start this. Okay, I'm gonna... Alright, chat, let me just make sure it lines up. It does. Okay, I think we're good. Alright. Begin this. Wait. Oops. This works.
Alright.
Now we'll get to constantly see her fighting Letizia, and then in the other clip doing 100 damage.
How many times will Letizia die?
Many, many times. It's hard to top the number of times she died in the story, quote unquote.
Right.
I'll go with that. I think I'll just keep it quarter distant. It's fine with me. All right, chat. Let's do this. All right, chat. Welcome to Datamine. I say as I recognize it's just one character. This is it, right? Just Veyle.
Yeah. There's nothing else in this one. Thank goodness.
All right. Well, we have the Gentle Dragon, our newest mythic hero. She is Astra. She buffs defense. She is a blue mage infantry. And I remember someone asked me the question, how come none of the dragons in Engage act like dragons?
Right?
Yeah,
So-
it's Engage's specialty seems to just be dragons not turning into dragons.
Ever.
Like except for the very final boss. But other than that, yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, you're a
Yeah.
dragon, but essentially you look like a human. You just have maybe some dragon features. That's it.
Yeah,
even
a
then,
lot of them just
not
straight
really.
up don't have the power to turn into a dragon. I
right.
think there's only 2 who ever do, yeah.
We literally have 4 in this game who aren't dragons, in Veyle, Lumera, Lear, and Zephyr. Like, what?
True. All dragons, and yet none of them turn into dragons.
Super goofy.
Well, that's how it goes, I guess.
Whoops, chat. One sec. Realized I made a mistake.
I guess Lumera probably turned into a dragon at some point in, like, Engage's backstory, but it's never really, like, talked about.
Yeah, and it's not something you would know if you just played Fae.
Well, even Engage doesn't really touch on it. All it says is she was the divine dragon, so you can assume at some point she probably was a dragon, but...
Sorry, chat. One sec. I just realized. I like this screen a lot more because the chat shows up way better. We haven't resized a couple things before we. Okay. Let's begin with, at level 40, she has 39 HP, 46 attack, 30 speed, 21 defense, and 46 res, and I gotta say, this is exactly as expected.
Yep, pretty much as expected.
Told you she'd hit over 30 speed at some point. Just with a couple merges. I mean, she hits 30. But, yeah,
at least 30.
that said, as our newest res tanky, somewhat fast, all-out attacking blue mage infantry, Veyle has 182 BST with HP and speed super banes and the lovely, lovely attack and res super boons.
Nice. That's
50
exactly what you
each.
want. 50 attack, 50 res. That's gonna be really annoying to deal with.
That's for
Yeah.
sure. It makes her scowl effect. If you go for the res super moon, which I would highly, highly recommend, it makes her scowl condition much easier.
To me, or is he cutting off?
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
it's probably, yeah, me as usual. Do I sound any better now?
As you immediately cut off.
Uh,
What the hell? How is it not getting any better?
I don't know. I will try to find the cause. My whole internet changed, so it should be better, but okay, I was gonna say that her res super boon I would highly recommend to make her scowl condition easier.
Foremost, I would go res. But, you know, glory, baby.
Go res, but go both, because she's actually a really good offensive unit. I titled
Yeah.
the video, somebody asked me, by somebody I meant Rusty, but he asked me, why'd you call it S tier offense and S tier support? Or you just put question mark, question mark. I don't know who was that. I never even bothered answering him. But she is. She essentially is. I think she has as much offensive potential, or just a step below, of like, say, Arvel. But she has, like,
Yeah.
the support functionality of, like, Asker.
Yeah,
it's a bit of an exchange because you don't get everything Asker gives you, but damage reduction, resonance, blaze, and shields, it's close enough.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing, yeah, you're missing a times pulse, which is valuable, but, you know, it's an acceptable exchange, I think. That said, of course, compared to something like Soren, she's probably still not as offensive, even though attack res tempo 4 is going to really help that, just because, you know, guaranteed follow-ups aren't something anybody can really rely on compared to a Brave hit.
Yep.
Or compared to Arvel, just straight up having triangle advantage on everybody. 20% res true damage can do a lot. It can't do that. And I think Arvel also has it, so yeah.
Yep.
But that
That said,
said,
Veyle will actually be faster than Arvel by a considerable margin. Because I think 3 base
Blades.
speed, and then also, let's see, what, +4 from the Resonance Blades effect, and they tie from the +5 in their regular weapon effect.
enough where Arvel realistically gets doubled by most Veils naturally, which is
Yeah.
nice. But
That's a
and of
6
course
speed
it's enough where Arvel can't double Veil, so that'll be an interesting exchange to have.
Yeah.
I guess that's
Like a
obligatory.
7 speed, actually. Yeah.
So he's ahead by 7 essentially with everything factored in. But realistically, that's just for breaking through Waries. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, or in this case, keeping yours up. So Arvel can't really double Veil at all, which is nice. Likewise, Veil will double them. And
Because this
no
is-
guard, if that matters, yeah?
This is what I thought of immediately. She's just like Arvel. She's essentially
Yep.
just Arvel. And
Literally.
Yeah, very close.
with the stat comparison, that's pretty obvious. Just 2 extra attack, 3 extra res, and everything else is basically inconsequential. But
3 speed, loses 1 HP, and...
well, you just did the actual speed calc, but yes.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, in base, and then defense,
Yeah.
obviously Arvel has a little more.
Arvel will probably be able still be the better. I don't know. Arvel should realistically be a little bit better at tanking. 30% DR is nice, but so is being triangle advantage.
I think it
Triangle
comes out about
advantage
the
is
same, to be
20%
honest.
attack, so, yeah.
I think mathematically Arvel has a little more bulk in most matchups, but not by much. Enough where at least the defense matters a little more.
Well, no,
but
Veil,
yeah.
remember Resonant Shields. That's actually really important.
That
Arvel
does
shield
help.
doubles.
Having the wary.
Wait, Arvel doesn't have wary?
Oh.
No.
He dies.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, I completely
Yeah,
forgot
so
about
Veil
that.
has that, and also, for the obvious part, Veil has that scowl that will make her a lot more tanky.
Right. Okay, so I guess we just dropped into here of the comparison against Arvel. I'm just gonna say, essentially, she's a step below Arvel in terms of offense.
Who is wary? What? I just checked. Arvel
Style
does have
support
wary.
aside,
She does?
Emo,
He
Oh,
does?
wait
Yeah.
a second, it's
uses
in,
a dangerous
yeah,
precedent.
on the
it's in
weapon.
Using
the
the
weapon.
unit's
Yeah, the
own
weapon
check
has
against
wary,
the
and then
enemy to
duality
give an
has the
ally an
branching
effect
follow-up.
when the
That's right.
ally's stat
Yeah,
line
it's
wouldn't
weird.
Okay.
otherwise allow for it.
Yeah.
Even if
I
the
guess
every time
normal
I hit him,
drive
I
effect
just
like
had-
guidance is NFU.
More speed.
I
Yeah,
guess I just had-
it's easy to
That's-
break through.
Yeah, it is pretty easy to break. So there's, which is still important because Veils is a little harder. So
Okay.
yeah,
That is true.
Okay. So Veil, Resonant Blades for Wary. Arvel just has Wary, but yeah, okay.
all right.
Fair enough. They're close enough. So realistically, when it comes to, hey, why is her speed so high? What were you gonna do? Make her significantly better than
Yeah,
Arvel? She's
give her,
already
like,
clearly
10
better
defense or something.
in terms of sheer stats. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're gonna do.
Not,
So I
not
think
to
this is
mention,
fair.
yeah. What are you gonna make Veil of all people defense tanky? No, I kind of
Yeah, that feels very weird, so this is fine.
this whole
That
this
works out.
archetype of high attack, high res mages, they kind of have to go middling speed, low defense. Otherwise, they kind of, are contrarian to what a mage is, unless you Goto, in which case you do whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay.
At least Goto's an old man who's part dragon, so he is just...
This is a not so old girl who is full dragon, but yeah. Also,
Oh.
Goto is full dragon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that is, yes, you're right. And also Lumera, to clarify something I said before, Lumera does indeed transform a couple times in
beginning.
Engage. I forgot that, Sugma. You are right.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering about that, but
Very briefly, yeah.
Okay, who cares?
I just wanted to make sure, just in case anyone was still...
I do believe that
Just like-
the other obligatory stat-wise comparison, to get that out of the way, is Soren. Brave.
Yeah, that'd be a good comparison.
Yeah, okay.
Both some of the most noteworthy support offense hybrid mages, period.
This is true.
Well, here's Soren, the Radiant Confidant, with 40 HP versus Veyle's 39, practically the same. 45 attack, 46 attack, practically the same. 34 speed versus 30 speed. 4-point advantage for Soren, 16 defense versus 21 defense, 5-point advantage for Veyle, and then 47 res versus 46 res, 1-point advantage for Soren, but essentially practically the same. So in terms of attack and res, they're essentially the same. You gotta calculate everything though. It's actually interesting though, with all the abilities that both characters have. Actually, are they still pretty similar?
They are
They're still pretty similar.
Soren
Soren's faster. He's
Soren's
faster.
And
Soren gets
ironically,
more
he has more
omni
defense because
he gets
Um,
5 weapon, and then 6 from the sort of bonus. It's the
now
bonus.
you're cutting up in a different way.
Oh
You're
no.
like fading in and out.
Okay.
You're
Let's-
making this editing gonna be a nightmare.
I'm sorry.
I'll just
I'm
say,
hoping. Just tell me right away if whenever I do start cutting out, and I will try to fix it.
yeah, $5 stats on Arc Sage, plus $7 stats on his aid, plus $6 stats from the visible buffs he borrows. He is, in both speed and defense, going to be substantially better. Plus, of course, he hits Brave instead of hitting with guaranteed follow-ups. There he is.
You know what? I think the best way of looking at it is they're actually, in my opinion, similar in terms of offense and support. It depends on what you value more, obviously. Soren, in particular, I mean, if you don't need a savior, he probably doesn't offer you value. Whereas with Veyle, she fits in every team. I don't know a single team where she wouldn't benefit you.
Gale Force teams don't really need her much, because there's not really going to be many cases where A, she can reach them, or B...
But Gale Force
where her
teams don't
support
really need
matters.
Soren much, do they?
Oh. But I guess, in that case, neither of them matter. So, in the teams where one or the other matters, they probably both matter, depending on playstyle. That said, of course, Soren tanks better and has better... It is actually funny. They both have the 50% DR cutting. It's just that... And then he still gets tempo despite not having tempo on B. So... He does kind of borrow most of Veyle's effects, and then kind of adds onto it just without the res true damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely it's a case of who you prefer, or let's be honest here, do you just want both?
Or if you can find a specific team comp for Soren, he can be just obviously explosively good. But I think that for
Veyle's a little more
Veyle,
generalist.
yeah, you can just throw her on most teams.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of the optimal and maximization, Soren's probably a step ahead because
Yeah.
the savior is probably more important than anything else. A proper God Sword as a savior, for example. And then in terms of sheer offense, a brave hit probably means more, and he comes with flair, so...
He does come with flair, and it's very easy to activate. And his kit is based... Not to mention, he can use ploy 4 skills. Not that he comes with one.
That's
and
true.
That's pretty huge. So... Yeah, I think Soren is definitely the more all-round good unit, but, you know, it's kind of comparing two of the best options, period. It's just a matter of preference.
I don't care about that. I'm just happy Soren has been power crept. It's only been 2 months.
Power crept.
A sign decoy wouldn't get power crept.
I mean, if you go far back enough, for example, Flame, we were like, oh man, we're going to be using her forever.
Did
Welcome to
take about a
2023.
year, at least. But
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, like, what we thought would be long-term didn't end up long-term. For example, I'm going to bring this up since Dual
You're
Doom
always
is
going to bring this up. Oh,
so
yeah.
dead.
That
But
one
we
I
thought
feel
he
bad
was
for.
long-term.
That one was
He
kind of
wasn't even a year.
That
We're
was
at
less than a year.
This is the year point now.
That
Just
one
over a
was
year point
brutal.
for Duma. He is brutally dead at this point, so... I
Again,
would
unless
not
you like
just
the duo skill, it's pretty much a rip.
I will
Right.
say, I think statuses, for example, a sign decoy, have much better chances to age well.
Yeah, I mean, that's the case with support. If you're a really unique kind of support angle, it's harder to be competed with. Although Flame, of course, is one such case of that. It takes a longer time.
Right. So
at the very least.
I think that sums it up as Soren still slightly better. Veyle fits in more teams, but generally speaking, doesn't offer as much offense and is important of support. Okay.
Yep.
Who else?
So thinking elsewhere, what other? I'm trying to think if there's a red one because I've
made a lot of shitty mages in recent. Well, not shitty, but like just inconsequential as a result.
Yeah, Marlon Hestia. I guess if we're looking in blue specifically, we'd be looking at Mark.
Casey, I'm not convinced that other heroes cannot just assign decoy or make another hero a savior. I'm not convinced. Just like I'm not convinced.
It's not going to happen often, if at all ever
I
again.
think assigned decoy will most likely be limited to Soren alts.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's his personal, yeah.
But I do not fully discredit the chance that we could see it again on
I'm
somebody
confused
else.
by that. I don't remember him doing that in the story.
Not in this story, no. This is all based on his engaged self.
Yep.
Oh, okay. What the heck? Sure.
Yeah, they gave him personal stuff and engaged.
I mean, you could just make that stuff up for another character.
You could technically do that, but at the very least, there has never been an effect in Fire Emblem assigns a decoy like that.
All right, sure.
I just say it's a low chance, but yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, nevertheless.
But yeah, I think Mark would probably be a good comparison.
All right, well, Mark, considering he's a blue mage, he does auto double as well. He does tempo as well. Does he actually?
Yeah,
he has
offensive tempo.
Yep.
I remember because Total Wind War Tome was like its extra effects were on Thrasier by accident, so they had to take this off and put it on him instead.
Okay, so quick comparison. 40 HP versus 39 HP, 1 point match for Mark. 44 attack, 46 attack, 2 point match for Veyle. 27 speed versus 30 speed, 3 point match for Veyle. 20 defense, 21 defense, practically the same. And 46 res is the same. So they're very close together. But as someone who uses Mark, he's not as scary to deal with. I mean, I've seen him get shrugged off quite a few times.
He's gotten a lot less scary.
His combat has never been... I mean, if you run Magical No Follow-Up, which you're fortunately not compelled to run Tempo since he already has it, it becomes a little bit more difficult to deal with. But it's really all about those statuses, which if you especially run Ploy, that's, what now, 4 status penalties at the same time? So, he's annoying. It's just the combat, compared to Veyle's, another support unit is not as it's not as much of a concern.
Yeah.
Not even close.
So Mark, we rate him quite highly on his release as a debuffer, but I feel like there's even scarier debuffers out there at this point.
Debuffers?
I'm trying to think of names.
As good as Sabotage and Stall is, wait.
Well, it's Sabotage.
For example,
Stall,
I like the new new Maidless Athea, Tea Timeless Athea. Example.
Oh, for exposure. Well, the only thing
that's true.
I guess the only thing we'd be looking at is if Ploy 4 comes into the mix as well, because at that point it's Sabotage, Stall, Ploy, and Exposure.
Okay, well that's really expensive. But speaking of which, yeah, Plumeria, for example.
Yeah, Plumeria definitely does quite a bit, especially on capitalizing those penalties, though it takes a little more effort. And also, not to forget, by the way, that Mark does have that amazing duo skill, one of the best in the entire game, for stripping buffs.
Yeah, he's predominantly for summoner duels, but even in summoner duels, this might not be that useful. I mean, I use them in summoner duels, so.
Oh, it's not the buff stripping one. Yeah, it's the cooldown resetting one, which is still really good.
Right.
But, yeah, man, you could get 6 penalty statuses, potentially 7 on Mark if you use the right build. That's woof. Yeah, Mark is definitely an interesting case, but considering at the end of the day you're just throwing a ton of penalties at people and not really putting in much for your own combat, relatively speaking, Veyle definitely, at the very least, is a strong competitor, if not better, depending.
I feel like Duo Shamir kind of went on to Mark's niche a bit in terms of being actually longer range than him.
Yeah.
tends to help her.
Yes.
Yeah, that part is definitely huge. And not to mention that stall hasn't really as much prominence because it's not as
Yeah.
slow. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
All
yeah,
right, I think we should go to the last one since we kept talking about it.
of course.
Plumeria, and here she is. This is going to be interesting because Plumeria is also a really good supporter for obvious reasons.
That's
Yep.
for sure.
And of course, their stats. All right, so 40 HP, 39 HP, 1 point advantage for Plumeria, 46 attack, match, 18 speed versus 30 speed, 12 point advantage for Veyle. So this is the part where people brought up min-maxing, because essentially if you just min-max Veyle, you would just get Plumeria.
Literally.
Yeah.
19 defense versus 21 defense, 2 point advantage for Veyle, and then 45 res versus 46 res, 1 point advantage for Veyle.
So
I
the
guess if you-
BSD is just in speed, really.
Right. So I guess if you didn't care about it, and honestly, if they don't have wary, it just doesn't matter. In fact,
Yeah.
they probably fight similarly, and when it comes to support,
Yeah.
yeah,
What now? 15% attack true damage on guaranteed follow-up versus 20% res true damage on follow-up.
okay, pretty similar.
Yeah.
So the only question is, like, would you want to give, like, the defense res ploy is so good, but you will never put it on Veyle because it'd just be silly.
No.
But she
Yeah.
could use it really damn well. So if you keep them as their base kits, in terms of support, they're actually fairly close.
Barely. The only problem with that is slotting in a refresher. The opportunity of that is harder, mostly in summoner duels, to be honest.
What are you talking about? You're the one who actually uses her in summoner tools.
Maria?
Yeah.
Sometimes. Did I use her? Did I use her against you? I didn't think I did.
You, in fact, did use her against me.
Oh, I can't even remember, huh?
That's why I'm, like, weirded out by this. The guy who's used her in summoner duels is saying the opportunity cost of using her in summoner duels. What the heck?
Oh yeah, right. I did use it. Okay, I was trying to use dancers for once, but I normally run 0.
Okay.
The
Whatever
action
you
economy,
say,
yeah.
Legion. Sure. If you say so.
Not everybody can slot it into dancer, so there's that. But yes,
Experiment.
especially in offense, having a refresher that provides charge and insane damage support between foot penalty doubler, exposure, and of course, we can't forget how ridiculously good it is to stop grand strategy and bonus doubler. Yeah, Plumeria does offer quite a bit. Her combat is average because she doesn't have the DR cutting that Veyle does, but considering that she has combat at all, and she has all that extra support, it's definitely not a case of using one or the other as much, because dancers kind of take their own place in team slots, usually. But I definitely think that they are surprisingly competitive when you consider Plumeria is working off of an arcane weapon. And yeah, both are some of the best support options we have, especially for mages.
Okay, well, that's what I started this with. All right.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, I think if you were to put her in, because I think that illustrates it well enough. In terms of top mages, just straight up overall, where would she end up? Well, the caveat, because she doesn't have speed, so I think it's only fair to compare her to those without speed. Otherwise,
Yeah, I was about to say, because
Right.
there's a freaking assload of great mages that have speed. So I guess looking at that, be
because I think she's top 5. She's up there with like Citrine. She's up there with like.
I would say so
Legion
easily,
beating
yeah.
you on summoner duels
Soren.
using
Let's also be
Plumeria
clear that
turned
we
into
are.
an event that was
I think
burned into
Asker
your
and Amir
memory.
are like
For Legion, it was only Sunday in
freaking
Imsmunk.
annoying if we're talking in that class of mages. I don't know. Where would she be compared to Duo Asker and Duo Amir? Because
I give her the edge against Ymir, but not against Asker.
I think Asker's quickening of specials buff can be really devastating.
So I
yeah,
I can say Soren ahead. That's easy for me.
Soren,
I can
yeah,
Huh?
Soren, yeah, I agree.
Okay. I can agree with Asker ahead. That's absolutely fine with me as well. They're close though. If I
little
think it
closer.
through, I think she might be 5th or even 4th, but around there.
Yeah, because what now? you can argue with Amir. Personally, I think that she's fucking annoying after fighting her recently.
He's certainly annoying, but I think Veyle's support is more consequential than Emir's support.
You could argue with Citrine because honestly,
Well,
not a lot
yeah,
more very
Citrine
imaginative.
Ugh.
Yeah, if you got the right permutation going on, Citrine can literally make a team go in a completely different direction.
Yeah,
again,
people have
most people are not
started to
imaginative,
discover
so-
her. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Cover, oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, some people. Every once in a while, I see someone who discovers her, find something very
Hey,
unfortunate to do with her.
headlong rush Citrine, anybody?
That's what I did. It was fun.
That's what I did too. It was very fun. I think Citrine definitely has a spot, so that would be what now? Yeah, right around
Because the-
5th. Yeah?
Yeah, around 5th because it's Soren, Asker,
Citrine.
Citrine.
Asker, Citrine, realistically.
And then Veyle
we-
and then Emir.
Roughly?
I think we said somebody else, and now I'm blanking on them for some reason.
I mean, I think that Marcus had stepped down if we're talking the ones
Marcus
we
stepped
compared
down.
to.
Yes.
At least realistically. Goat. Would you say Goto was? Wait,
No.
yeah.
No,
I think
it's
his
not that.
combat is. He's
I would
freaking
put
hard to
Goto
kill.
below Veyle for sure, but yeah,
Goto's
not because of his
definitely
combat. His combat is very good, but what he brings to the table is a lot less impactful than Veyle right now.
I will be unironic in saying that Gatekeeper, even though he is like the ultimate anti-meta tool, is somebody that genuinely contends. It's just
Yeah.
that he is fully anti-meta rather than himself.
I completely
defeated.
disagree with that, but I understand why you're saying that.
Let's put it
I
this
would
way: I
agree to
did not
some
have
degree.
one match last season of Summoner Duels without Gatekeeper. It actually happened every single time. That was nuts.
Every match you faced a Gatekeeper.
Or at least it was an option. I banned a couple of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I guess 5. If there's one we're forgetting, maybe 6. But I
I think we're
of
forgetting
another
someone. I can't put my finger on it for some reason.
option.
Mage Kellum.
Yoon, I think Yoon is probably lower, even though she's really cool.
Yoon's lower.
Yes, Yoon's definitely.
Bramimond, maybe.
No.
Yeah.
Arimon's high up, but I wouldn't
He's
say
not a
quite that high
support
up.
unit in the slightest, but he is very good at killing.
Okay, fine. Let's just sum it up. I think we can agree that there's 3 units, possibly 3
Oh,
units
Robin.
above her. Robin, there you go. God damn it. That's.
Yeah, there we go.
I was like, what the heck? I'm forgetting someone.
Yeah. Figures. the support unit. Yikes.
He has been hit a little bit by ploys, but he's still going pretty strong.
He is
so-
still. If
There's
you
not
don't
enough
have
ploy
that,
in the game right now, so it doesn't matter.
and
He's
it's
still
still kind of hard to
terrifying.
I
hit.
wouldn't counter it
Yeah.
enough.
All right, so we can sum it up. Veyle is definitely top 5 in terms of, well,
If not
around
just
her
out.
speed mages,
Yeah.
but overall mages, because I can agree with Soren, Dual Asker, Legend Robin, and possibly Citrine over, and possibly Ymir over Veyle, but it depends on how you guys value it. It's between Citrine and Ymir, somewhere, and Veyle, somewhere along there where she fits in, but I think she's probably around 5th.
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah.
And certainly, if you're using saviors, arguably the best support you could give a savior. I think.
Yeah, she jumps up a lot if you're putting her on a team with. So I'd say she's like number 1 or 2 on a savior
Yeah.
team.
I mean, let's put it this way:
Well-
anything that can stop One-Tried Claude's first lethality is great. Yeah.
The rankings of all that accounted for, but all right.
Well,
yeah.
yes, I know technically, but just when you go into a specific team comp, you're going, okay, I really.
Yes, there's
really want
obviously there are things favored in certain comps, of course.
Yeah.
Veyle. Yeah, but save balls are just such a big sort of part of a lot of comps that Veyle really is sort of the glue for them.
Have you been eating
Relatively.
glue? What is this description? Okay.
She's the glue that holds them together, I meant to say, but then my mind was, wait a second, glue eater, something.
Okay. Glue eating aside, I think we'll talk about just to sum it up of her skills and whatnot.
Yeah.
All right, chat. So this is Veyle, and I think it goes without saying that she's incredibly good. How many guys would go for her? We already
I will pull.
we already
I
rated
did-
her yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Which
And I'm
I
still
think
gonna maintain 10.
it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can't. It's too close to Soren, who's also 10 out of 10. So
The only thing I could even remotely say is that she does rely on her follow-ups,
Yes,
that's
but her
not that
offense
big deal.
isn't even quite the primary thing that she's working on. So,
There's
not
gonna
a
be
big
literally
deal.
Ether Raids teams that just. Let's put it this way: I know Infantry Pulse comps don't exist anymore, but if they did, they would literally be useless.
That's true. I mean, we did get
Um,
IP4, so it's not
yeah,
like it's impossible to have
Of
some
course.
degree of that.
Asker teams, but yeah, definitely a 10 out of 10 unit. And personally, I did run the math, and there's actually just about enough orbs between now and the end of this banner to spark, if that can be believed. So I'm gonna do that.
I saw you say that, but that seems like a lot of orbs. What are
I
the
don't
majority
start
coming
of-
from?
October orbs, Tempest Trial plus the banner itself, Voting Gauntlet, 3 separate login bonuses, plus 2 seasons of Arena orbs. I ran through the numbers very carefully, and it's like 156, I want to say.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be just one orb more than you need to
Yeah,
spark.
and I had like 8, so just enough. Just happens to be good timing that her banner is at the literal end of the month, so we get all that extra stuff.
That's true. Anyone who wants to summon will have much better chances if they're low in orbs.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, don't fodder her if you can. I think if you must,
No.
you're kind of crazy, but I guess.
I would never fodder a first copy, not just because of fodder paralysis, but I meant first copy rule, but also this is a too valuable unit to do that with.
Absolutely.
After that, I guess it's a matter of how much mythic merges are impacting you, specifically this one's. Because plus 10 Plumerias, for example, I think are easier to justify.
Yeah. Chat, if you guys have a vote on her rating, votes up. But yeah, I maintain yesterday's score. Stats are
Same.
basically as expected, so this doesn't change anything. And
Yep, if anything, the speed helps it just a little bit.
I'm indifferent on that, but it doesn't really
Fair.
matter. Okay,
Fair.
so saving orbs, worth it not, I don't know. This blue is so good.
It is a great blue.
It's
That
not
much for
just
sure.
because of Veyle, it's because Freyr would make a world of difference too. So
Yeah, having a
And she
Freyr
has
can
lost her
literally...
new toys.
Yeah,
But
Freyr
there's no
literally
follow-up.
changes your team.
Oh, yep.
in
He
defense-
absolutely
in
does.
defense.
I'm so glad to have him. He is just
Same.
a real godsend.
Absolutely one of my favorite units to use. I use him everywhere. Also, the fact that he's a great combat unit, but that's with that
That's
said,
true. Yeah, I've been using him for HM farming, and he just completely holds the team together. It's kind of
Because he
wild.
has cap use. It's awesome. But
Yeah.
between that and the fact that, I mean, there's a lot of savior comps that need a little help in this Claude era. I think that there's definitely a lot of justifying.
That's true.
But-
If you need a win Claude
Yeah.
counter, she's there.
Do bear in mind that next month is double between the legendary and mythic, most likely for the end of the book.
yeah.
So there's
I
going to be
guess
that.
Kvasir and Golveg seem like the most likely.
Most likely. So dealing with that, plus we have start of next book, not too long after that, which will have a new likely mythic unit to merge on a new heroes banner. And of course, if you still need merges for her, Plumeria gets her first rerun as a remixed unit. So merging
That's
Alpha
right.
is some of the best way to merge for mythics.
I just
If
need
that's
2
what you need.
copies of her.
Yeah, I have +1. I would
Oh,
definitely.
yeah.
I'm tempted. I'm just thinking about it. It's because Freyr. It's Freyr
Yeah.
that's the biggest reason.
Yeah,
But I have Shez
yeah.
as well, so I can fix a Shez, get a Freyr. I'll be honest, if I don't get Veil, I'm not gonna cry about it. It's the other two
Yeah, getting
That's
Freyr
fair.
seems more
honestly,
interesting to me.
yeah. The first copy of Freyr is basically game changing for Ether Raid's defense,
Yeah.
and honestly for Chaos offense and Summoner duels 2
Yeah.
and 3. It's just,
All right, chat.
It just
Yeah.
is so fun.
Well, that's Veil. Unfortunately, that's all it is for the data mine. I don't think there's anything more.
Yeah, it was a small
not
update.
today.
I think it was like 13 megabytes.
not for today. Update notification can be anywhere from this reset until, what now? Thursday, Friday?
Something like that. They sometimes stretch them up until, like the 3rd or so.
Random. But, yeah. Oh yeah, and of course, Celestial Shop ends not today, but tomorrow, so get your exchanges in. Oh my god, you have 18 stones.
I don't know what I want. None of these interest me.
That's fair.
I assume you already have way too many grails.
I have way too many grails.
I personally end up using them in refining stones because I do have a lot of arcane weapons.
I have 8.7k grails.
Oof.
Woo!
That is quite a lot.
Do you have any plans for those at all? Or
I don't
are we
know.
just kinda
You guys were supposed to pick a hero at +10, but I haven't announced when we're gonna do that yet.
Oh, okay.
I do like that.
That should help, maybe, if it's a grail unit.
It should be a grail unit. Usually grail units win. Alright.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll buy refining stones, but I feel stupid.
Well, how many do you have?
I have 1.6k.
Oh, that's pretty
So
good.
that's 8 arcane refines. That'll last.
I don't really
I
know.
guess-
It's just like, we summoned more than enough that I don't think I'm going to use all the stones at this rate.
You can always use on dragon flowers. I know it seems silly, but
No, that's
I would
even
never.
dumber.
No, it's
That's
freaking
even
wasteful.
dumber.
The refining stones
guess.
at least get to either 4 regular refines or 1 arcane refine plus an actual one. So, I personally either refining stones or weight. That's all. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I think is worth it.
For me, Formosul
Easy.
value,
yeah,
Trade fruit
obviously.
value.
Trade fruit for sure.
then the remainder is just super questionable.
Literally, it's just those 2 that matter. Everything else
Yeah.
doesn't.
So the reason why I'm like okay with savings because you never know, in the future they might do something.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
true.
it's possible. I think they've confirmed for this one. It's going to be.
It's not again, but
Yeah.
I mean, Otherworld is probably not going to happen at this rate, but you never know.
You never know. They really could just put something like, oh, it takes 10 stones, and you're like, what the heck? And then it's something worthwhile.
Yeah,
Mhm.
legitimately, they can update it on a whim. So I'm not.
I mean,
I'm
they
not
did
opposed
update
to
it
saving.
because they
Oh,
didn't
yeah, they
always. They didn't always have the same things here. It was a
That's
small list
right.
when it first came out.
I'm so glad they did the Formosul now. It makes it so nice.
Yeah, that part is so worth it. So worth it. Wasn't it
Yeah.
trade fruits that got added though?
Or it was one or the other. I can't remember if it
I
was
don't
trade fruits
remember
or
anymore.
Formosul that got
I can't
added.
say for certain. I'm scared to say it, and then Sug was be like, actually.
Actually.
I want to say it was because we were surprised it was more expensive, but I could be wrong.
Maybe.
But yeah, either way, I
think
mean, as
you're
long as
right,
you have,
but yeah, anyway.
yeah, as long as you have 7 saved at the start of each batch, or each shop reset, that's at least safe.
Resplendent voucher. Oh my god, that'd be a great idea.
Yeah,
That
people
would
have
be
been floating
great.
that for a while, which would be great, I will say.
Yeah, not having to get past.
It's not even a
to get
game-changing thing. It's-
Not
No,
even
it'd just be for your favorite unit. That'd be
And
just
the currency exists. Just saying, it does exist.
They
Why
keep
not?
putting more currency in this game, and why not just let people use the currencies that they have for more things?
Shout
only.
outs to badges.
Yeah. Oh god, badges.
I think that's the one currency that I mean, like blessings, but those are just fun. I don't think anything else here. I guess it's crystals and gems. I mean, shards. Those literally never get used unless you're lazy. But yeah.
Alright, so confirmation on the actual big data mine we should be paying attention to is this Sunday?
Should be, which means trailer on Saturday, silhouettes on Friday, and notification between Tuesday and Thursday, most likely.
What's next?
So,
Possible
possibly
ninja, right? Yeah. At least a ninja slot. We don't know. I guess what they could change. it.
yeah, they can change it up if they want to, but most likely ninja,
No,
unless
they're gonna
another one.
change it. They're gonna change it.
Yeah, I said most likely, but even I was like,
Yeah.
wait, nah,
They're gonna change it
it's
from
been 3
ninja
years.
to Shinobi.
That would be a nice change, I will say.
I would not be surprised. They do want to. It seems like they at least want one. Sorry, a couple Japanese themed banners per year at this point. So I would not be surprised if they still keep it that way.
Even if that thing is complete and utter bullshit.
Yes.
The guys, remember the hot. Oh my god.
Frickin' Hot Springs, don't even remind me. That was quite possibly the worst banner ever.
I would say
it's
that's
so
the worst
Japanese,
seasonal
man. It's so Japanese. That's why it had zero appeal to Japanese and international.
At least
The
it brought us
worst
a
of both
bucket.
worlds.
It brought us
It
a
brought us
bucket to
splashy
kill
bucket,
dragons.
that's true. And it's been referenced in a fake comic before, so it had its
Hey.
purpose.
But oh my, no, even Adrift, people forgave that banner at least. That banner is just the peak.
How about a Kunoichi banner? Wouldn't that be fun?
Benichi.
Wow, I already made that joke. You're terrible.
You said Shinobi though. Oh
You're
wait,
just
no.
a copywriter.
Did I?
What are Shinobi?
I always mix up Shinobi versus Kunoichi. Is it?
It's just male and
Kunichi?
females, dude.
Well, I thought Kunichi was specifically for
Female ninja.
female assassins who like use seduction and stuff like
Essentially, yes.
the sort of
So-
specialized form of ninja. Yeah.
Ninja is just a shinobi. Kunoichi is just another shinobi, but it's a female ninja. And they don't
right, but
necessarily
it's-
have to do it. Female ninjas are referred to as kunoichi anyways.
I
But
see,
yes, you're right.
regardless, okay.
There is that level of it, but
Yeah.
man, this got taught in Naruto. This is how you know Dex never had a childhood.
I didn't have a bunch of like anime when I was a little kid. It took me until I was older to discover anime for myself.
Naruto, I believe, was just on at awkward time slots for me, so I just never got around to it.
No,
Yeah.
not you too, Legion.
I watched Digimon instead.
Okay, well that's legit.
Yeah, and then there were a couple other. There was one anime on Jetix, I believe. It was like some sort of like racing thing with like airships. I forget what it was called.
Airships?
Huh.
I thought
Something
you
like
were about to
that.
say initial D, and I was like, okay, that's
No. Let me double check this one.
I watched like a little bit, very briefly, like a little bit of Pokemon, and then I
it
watched
was
that.
not Speed Racer. You would remember Speed Racer. That
Speed
guy was
Racer.
crazy.
I did not watch Speed Racer, I don't believe. But I watched the Mad Parody, not Mad Parody, I forget what it was, Speed Racist.
Speed races.
The new ninja gimmick is they personally come in WIRL.
Oh,
That sounds
it's Oban Star Racers,
Oh,
which is a French-Japanese anime.
I did not recognize whatsoever. French-Japanese.
Yeah,
That's a new combination.
it's French-produced, Japanese-influenced with in English.
It's not anime. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break this to you.
Eh.
Legion. Your childhood wasn't even anime.
Well, let's see if anybody Japanese. Whoa. Wait, let's see. It was mostly done in Tokyo. Yeah,
Mostly? Well, I see
large portion of
totally
it was
done
done
in
in
Tokyo.
Japan.
What the heck does that mean?
They had multiple studios, and one of most of it. Wait. Originally produced by as a short movie called Molly Star Racers, a spin-off of. What?
I have no idea. This doesn't make any sense.
It was
This is
apparently a
becoming more
spin-off of
arcane.
Star Wars at one point. What?
Oh, they probably got pitched as Star Wars initially, and then like
Yeah.
maybe he deserves his own idea. They do that a lot, chat.
That makes sense actually, considering the aesthetic. I just never knew that. Pumpkin 3D. Let's see this. Nope, that's France.
There's an anime called Pumpkin 3D.
No, that's that was the
The company?
French studio that produced it.
Oh, the studio, yeah.
The Japanese
That's a
company
stupid
was
name.
Very.
let's put it this way: their Wikipedia page is 3 lines. Actually, 2. Never mind.
That's almost more embarrassing than not having a Wikipedia page as a company.
On the other hand, the Japanese studio, HAL Filmmaker, apparently has a much larger page, so there's that. But it doesn't look like they've done anything since 2010, so that's unfortunate. I don't think I've heard of anything on here. Great.
Okay, well, sorry to break it to you. You weren't watching anime.
I was watching 60% anime. I think that there was stuff there that was actually anime, but I can't remember.
Probably. Anime was everywhere.
There's
Oh,
Power
shoot.
Rangers. Huh?
Oh, I knew I was going to forget something. All right, chat. We're going to do this last thing. We're going to pull for... Heck! Oh,
Hector!
heck
Let's
no.
go.
Okay, well, chat, I don't...
I actually got him
remember.
on my free pull. I was very happy.
Who are you? Dozla?
Okay, well, I don't
first
think
one.
I have a choice. It has to be Dozla, right? There's no...
Isn't Green Laura Shell?
It is, but
I can't
mean-
tell who's more useful. Dozla's useless now, actually. I should probably go for Laura Shell.
Dozla,
Shell.
it's the only Dozla, but on the other hand, Halloween Laura Shell.
He doesn't
they
really
both
have
have a
anything.
Rally Plus, so that's whatever.
Yeah, she does have Rally Tech B+, so that's all.
What did Dozla
Wait,
have
doesn't-
again?
yeah. let
Oh,
me-
he has Rally Tech Defense Plus, I believe. Yeah. Rally Tech Defense Plus, and then he has the Fury Dagger.
Oh, wait,
Plus Armor March.
ARD attack defense. That's actually
It's
usable.
not too bad. Yeah.
Thank God for this feature, by the way. Checking them in the
So
circle.
glad that's in this.
Okay, they're bad. They're both really bad now. Final Colas, let's see it.
Sure,
Yeah, why
let's
not?
see if you get the Guahaha, man.
Let's get Fallen Edelgard.
Yeah, let's...
I'm sure that'll happen.
I copium myself every day.
It happened.
It did eventually happen. All right,
That's
well,
true.
We're on copium again.
Well, you got an incredibly based ninja.
You got an incredibly on-fire ninja.
Thoughts on Citrine and
Sure.
Rally Spectrum? I think you're on the
why?
spectrum.
Ooh.
Sorry.
I mean, a pretty good segue on one hand, but also kind of an oof.
The only... Citrine with Rally Spectrum is just allowing you to extend the buff.
Yeah,
so you
it's
don't
just
have to
extending
worry
it.
as-
It's
It's
just
nothing
extending the range
new.
because he's already all buffing, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The thing that
Which-
Citrine does, particularly...
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
It does kind of help, but if you're going to use Citrine, you really want to make sure that she's getting buff statuses that not everybody should be getting. Support
exactly.
ones,
I
certain
was
captain
just gonna
skills, things
say,
like that.
yeah, the ones that someone like Noah would give out. Support
Yeah.
based ones, yeah.
Yeah, support-based ones. Of
Buffs
course,
that
I
only
mentioned
target
it.
one character are the best stuff you can spread around because that's the
Yeah.
highest value stuff.
Exactly. And those are typically some of the best, highest sort of ceiling buffs in the game.
That's
Yeah.
why people brought up summoner duels because that's like the most absurd thing. You're duplicating a summoner duel, like a captain buff. Like what the hell?
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
Pretty
giving
crazy.
everybody charge in Kanto 1 in Headlong Rush season, as it was, it's freaking nuts. You just have a whole team of hyper-mobile units that should not be. But, yeah, Captain Citrine is definitely one of the most noticeable.
To sum it up, ideally, you're duplicating something that you otherwise would only have one copy of or one version of or doing it one time. Extending range is a benefit, but that should
It
not
should
be your
be-
priority.
Yeah, you should have
Yeah.
that as like, ooh, neat, I'm running Catria with Citrine, but it just so happens that Citrine can extend Catria's buff. So it just happened to work out that way. It should not be your primary focus, though. So yeah, definitely focus on units that are, like, exclusive in who they buff. Noah, Valoria, things like that, when it comes to it. And of course,
Alir.
whatever buffs you can get on Citrine, you should do as well. For her kit. Notably, if you can get the freaking expensive Pledge Oath combo, but that's a lot.
Alright, chat, I think I'm gonna call it quits. I was supposed to do the World of Warships sponsorship, but I'm way too tired. I still have one more day, so I'll just do it tomorrow.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Well, there is time. There's no face stuff tomorrow. Unless there's update notif, I guess.
Who
Yeah,
wants
it
to play
could be
World of
update
Warships
notice.
tomorrow? Play with me.
I gotta hand out candy.
Oh, that's
and
true.
work in between
Yeah.
that.
Also,
Oh.
officially we're in Halloween. Well, some of you
Yeah.
guys are not there yet, but almost for all
Easter.
North America.
Best is best.
Yes. EST best.
Yeah, I can't wait because I'm gonna go into work for a couple hours, go home, hand out candy, and go back to work.
Wait, is that seriously what you're doing? That's kind of sad.
Yeah, we're short-staffed, and I couldn't find anybody, so
And you're
yeah,
still
I'm
gonna
just
be
gonna-
a good person releasing or giving out candy.
Absolutely, I would not miss that. I can't. I love Halloween too much. I would be trick-or-treating myself if it weren't for the fact that I'm the one who has to hold down the fort. But
Dude.
it is what it is.
I earlier chat at this when we finally could take a break after everything doing all the rush stuff. We had a talk about Halloween, and you guys just made me depressed. At least the people here made me depressed.
Oh no.
First of all, I found out of all the people there, right? There was like 60 odd people. Number one, or 70 odd people. Number one, I was the oldest trick-or-treated. The last time I trick-or-treated was in university. I'm surprised no one else trick-or-treated past that. Secondly, I found out most people stopped trick-or-treating between the ages of 10 and 12, and somebody said 16. But most people
Dang.
stopped before they were even, like, legally, like, they're just teenagers. You're not even, like, you can't even vote yet. Like, what?
Not even
Damn.
past your minor years.
Yeah, like, what the heck is this? What is with kids nowadays? Like, do
You gotta enjoy that stuff.
enjoy yourself. What is this?
Yeah, I literally was doing it when I was like 19, 20 years old. Like, I remember one year I was like senior year of high school even. I dressed up as like Giovanni from Pokemon and then had a Pokemon
Yeah.
on my friend's lawn with one of my other friends who dressed up as Pikachu and another was Piplup. It was great.
See, this is what I mean, chat. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable how people didn't.
I didn't go trick-or-treating this year, but even this year I had a whole Halloween party where we decorated the house as Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria because we watched the
Oh,
movie that night.
Of course.
Did you go
That
to
was a
parties?
blast.
No. As a university student, the Halloween parties is just a lot of alcohol, people being drunk, and then skimpy outfits. I should know that because one of my roommates ran that party and I left.
Yeah. I mean, full disclosure, ours, there was definitely alcohol, but it wasn't to that degree at least.
Uh-oh.
It was the fun kind of, like, light drinking, and everybody is just enjoying themselves, no skimpy outfits, none of that. I would not go
Well,
to something like that either.
I mean, it wasn't that bad, but they were like playing beer pong and stuff, and I was just like, man, this is
Yeah, that's
this
just
is
a
this
party.
kind of lame. It's just a normal party with like costumes essentially.
Yeah. I gotta go all out when it comes to Halloween stuff. It's the one time of year we can just kind of enjoy costumes and being something else.
Yeah.
It's got its whole aesthetic to it. It's just
God damn it. You got snails. Since lost a friend one Halloween at 13 because I wanted to trick or treat and he didn't. After that, I just went to lame parties and always wish I could have gone out. Dude, I thought you meant
Yeah.
lost a friend as in
I
hey, my
thought
friend
you
went
were-
trick or
Yeah, that
treating.
was-
He was
worried
getting
about
candy and then as he walked out, a white van was there and he got yeeted on there and I never saw my friend again. I thought that was your story.
Yeah, I
Never
was like,
mind.
wait a minute,
That's
where's this
significantly
going?
less depressing.
When you said lost a friend, you just mean you're no longer friends. Well, yes, if you don't do things with your friends, especially things that like they consider super special, and for a kid, trick or treating is super special. Yeah, you could lose friends like that. That's
Yeah.
understandable. But
That does suck still in its own sense.
oh, he stood me up, and we never hung out after that night. Okay, that makes that's okay. Yeah, that's on him.
Yeah, that is.
Rude friend.
But at least he's alive. Yeah. haha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's alive. He's alive.
Hooray. Presumably.
Okay, this was not as bad as I thought.
Yeah,
I thought it was so much worse.
yeah, that is.
We
that's
found his
fine.
body the next evening and had 10 stab wounds.
But they were
and
all
we-
done. They were all from Spirit Halloween.
Okay, fine.
Getting
I'll be dark
revenge.
about it. What happened to your orbs? I used them. I pulled.
What'd you pull on again?
I pulled on the DSH banner, but we never announced it because I was only gonna go like one extra orb, and then I realized actually I kind of want to keep going. we just kept going.
To get lucky at least.
I ended up with Bernie and a perfect IV Bernie.
Hey, that's not bad. There's a lot of teams that set up off Bernadetta.
It was like 100 orbs.
Ooh.
I don't know if that was good, but she's perfect IVs as you can see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could be worse. Is that Winter Cordelia new, or is that... Wait, was she on this one? The Winter Cordy.
Oh
Or
no,
is
that's
that
from the last time.
Ah. Oh yeah, it's sorted by level. Yeah, no, that's still not bad though. I can't think of a great Escape Route 4 base team or setup chip team, but yeah. That's still a bit unfortunate. 100 orbs for that.
Paul says, I think there's a ghost in my house. Enjoy it. It's Halloween. No, seriously, there's a ghost in my house, and it's gonna kill me. I'm like, no, enjoy Halloween.
No.
Just
enjoy
right.
it.
Just enjoy it.
But
Have
I'm
fun.
going to die. You just gotta
Yeah, if
wait
you say
it
so.
out.
Just have fun. Just have fun. Just have fun.
Just have fun. There will soon be ghosts in your living room and skeletons in your basement, and you didn't put them there, right?
Right.
I hate you, he says.
All of you except Andre. Wow, that's rough.
Wow. Pablo is a very unique character, I have to say.
Monster House, and there's a callback there. I should watch Monster House for Halloween. Maybe.
I'm gonna raid someone and call it.
Alright. Well, if anybody's pulling for Veyle in an hour, best of luck. And if the update notification's there, cool. We won't.
Alright, I'm gonna raid good friend Swollen Dingus.
What a good
kidding
friend
you.
he is.
Great name.
That is his name. Join us. I have incorrectly rated him because he is swollen underscore. There's two. I've rated the wrong guy before.
That's not good.
That's
So-
amazing.
Also, if you guys ever you guys are in the mood of playing a new game and helping us out, we're sponsored by Marvel Snap for a couple more days, so check out the game. We were playing it earlier. Aside from that, yeah, thanks for being here. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you guys.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Adios.
I'm going to be streaming. It's just some of you guys only watch Face, so I don't know.
Yeah.
For those of you here for Faye stuff and for me, see you guys on Saturday, most likely, at the very least.
Yeah, I guess that sounds about right.
Yeah, and if not, I mean, yeah, have a happy Halloween.
That's
Halloween.
right. Do something fun for Halloween.
Yeah, definitely
least
do
have some
something
candy.
spooky. Yeah. I can't wait. See you all later.
Alright.
Good night.
Good night.
Ooh.
Spooky.
Alright. Good night, Pablo. Good night, Ryan. Good night, Andre. Good night, Glitched. Is that everyone? Good night, you got Snail for your tail. Good night, Teresa. Good night, Chiku. Good night, everyone. Y'all for being here. Till next time. Love you all. Night, night. Good night, Casey. Good night, Somnus. Good night, Emblem. Alright. Happy Halloween.